This vodcast brought to you by Power9 Games.
Hello and welcome to Frontier Gaming. My name is Jarrett, aka Keyboard Therapy.
I'm Z.
And today we're going to be playing a game of Netrunner. We've got the original NBN identity and playing against Whizzard. I am the Corp playing on the right, and Z is Whizzard playing on the left.
Yep, and actually that's not the core set, that's the first identity that came out in the packs. The world is yours, hand size increased by 1.
Okay.
Yep.
So right off the bat, I am trying to remember. I think that going in, my strategy, this is just a fast, quick as you can deck. There's nothing special about it, no tricks, no gimmicks. I realize I've got a scoring window against Whizzard, and I'm trying to capitalize on that.
Yep.
So I'm looking to set up quickly, score fast, and often I'll try and bait people into trashing some assets, but to slow their tempo down. I really don't care about my own assets. Against Whizzard, that is simply not an option. So I feel like I've got one thing going for me, and I better go fast.
And this is straight up fast advance, right? I think your influence here is on Biotic, probably, right?
I've got Biotic and Rototurret.
Okay, and an Eli, I think we see a little bit later. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So so over here on my deck, the Whizzard deck, I'm playing kind of a classic, just classic breakers, Desperado, and so my game plan here is medium. And I played this deck, been playing this deck for about a week or two, and basically every game ends with me doing like a 10 deep medium run. I just use Parasites, Data Suckers, Desperado, and then the standard suite of the core set suite of Anarch Breakers to just drill a hole into their R&D, and then as long as I have enough Data Sucker tokens, I kind of keep them honest on their remotes and stuff, and Wizard's ability helps with that. So.
We'll talk more about my board as we get to see it, but real quick, what did you think of your opening with just a casual Desperado and Visage?
Yeah, I think with this deck, I'm basically looking for some form of draw or Desperado, and basically I'm trying to draw for Desperado. So I'm playing Inject. I've had worse, Symmetrical Visage, and then Clone Chips and stuff. So it's a lot of fun to play, and Desperado is just an incredible card.
It's worth mentioning that I've got a hand size of 6. I don't think I'm capped at the moment, but I do remember that you ran HQ a bit, and I was confused about the value proposition there.
Yeah, so here we see I basically turned to I got what I wanted out, so I just made you res every piece of ice on the board.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go get my Parasites. And then here, so you've rezzed the pad campaign to kind of taunt me, I think, through that Eli.
Yeah, a little bit. I wish I could say that I had some kind of grand strategy at that point with the pad campaign. Really, I was surprised, spoiler, that it lasts as long as it does. But I think that I can't remember if you end up acing it or not. I don't think you did.
So
and
yeah. I was just happy to see you put your Eli over there, and so it's 12 influence. So, and I know like you got to be running Biotic, I think, if you're playing this kind of deck, or kill. But I think we haven't seen anything that indicates kill. So, I'm pretty happy to see 1 influence being committed to the pad campaign because I don't care. I'm just gonna go run your R&D. And
So here, I think that. In my hand, if memory serves, I don't have a lot going for me, and I'm really looking at my scoring window shrinking rapidly. With this point, are you looking to do anything specific? You dropped the shard, but are you?
Yeah, so the shard here is I'm expecting Biotic, so my hope is that you Biotic first instead of install first,
right?
And then if you install first, I might go for Utopia anyway to try to get the Biotic. So basically, like you either Biotic first, I try to go for the agenda, or you install first, and I try to go for the Biotic. So
I actually remember this sequence now.
Yeah. So this is and I think I actually got it off at just the right time because it was
yes.
Because so now I've seen the Biotic, so I know that it's coming out, and I think actually in your hand. We've seen Biotic, and I think I also saw a glimpse of Shipment here on the view here. So
I don't recall.
I kind of feel you're going for a score here, and that's why I keep poking, because I want
Right.
to see if I can grab the agenda out of your hand, but I just keep seeing that goddamn biotic. So yeah, and I'm in a pretty safe position. I'm just kind of doing my symmetrical visage draw every turn to get my credit in my draw, and once I get my pieces, I'm probably going to go for it. But I want to set you at ease, kind of without putting too much pressure anywhere.
Right. I think at this point, I top deck an Astro,
Okay.
and I've kind of been stalling up till now.
Yeah.
And even though you've got the shard out, I feel like I just go for it. I think that I do a misplay. I think I do biotic first.
Yep. Yeah. So you're counting your money right now and getting ready for the biotic. And so we'll see.
And you're 100% sure that you know what's going on from your side of the table.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is exactly what I'm expecting out of this kind of matchup. So there's the biotic, and so as soon as you pay the money for it, I'm like, yeah, paid ability. Let's do this, because you have no other abilities on the table that you can trigger.
And here's where I think my hand size comes. Trying to sneak a look at those cards. Here's where my hand size actually comes into play. You actually pluck an Astro right then, and I simply have another one in hand.
Yeah. So you saw my head down there, because like all the pieces you needed stayed in your hand.
Yep.
Because I actually you wouldn't have had enough money to score it without the shipment.
Right.
So that was pretty clutch.
I don't recall the other card that was discarded.
I think it was the second biotic, actually.
Okay.
We'll see though.
We'll see.
So here's an inject. So at this point, you're on Astro counter, and
Yes.
I need to get stuff going, and so that was unfortunate. I mean, I got some money, which is nice. I think actually at this point I have most of the pieces I need in my hand, and I got a sure gamble, which is always nice. Because the way this deck works is I want to get a lot of money, and then I kind of just like throw a bunch of pieces down, and then you don't really have much time to defend against it.
I think actually the other card you discarded, I think I had 2 shipments and an Astro, and I drew into another Astro, and you discarded one set of the shipment Astro combination.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I think that if I retain both shipments or both Astros, that actually looked like a third Astro right there. It goes real bad for me, and so I think that it was actually the best possible outcome for me to retain one shipment and one Astro.
Yeah, so this is actually, I think, where I make a misplay where I need to... You have an Astro counter, and I need to get the pieces I need. And you actually, I think at this point, you end up drawing a bunch of agendas, which makes...
I think that's an Astro there, yeah.
Yeah, so you got an Astro in hand. I pulled the one out of Archives that and so the other card was a Wall of Static. So that's actually a pretty good hit for me because of what I'm about to get set up. So... Here, I'm just digging for there's the corroder I need. I got the medium in hand. I got a sure gamble in hand. So I'm just piling up money, and then next turn or the turn after, I think I'm gonna drop that corroder and that medium, and just hopefully make you purge. And then if you don't purge, I just keep looking at cards.
Right.
So, and then I'm just gonna toss some cards here for fun. And so over here, I mean, what are you looking at right now?
I think. At this point, I am not even sure what your deck is doing.
Ah, okay.
I have no indication that you have a medium. Whizzard can do a bunch of different options with.
Yeah,
you're varying degrees of success.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of different looks at Whizzard, so I really am not sure what to go for. So I think I just reinforced the scoring server, and I think I credit up.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that I would go bankrupt on an app. Maybe I do.
So I think you're worried about things like account siphon,
Sure.
cutlery, or me just getting all my breakers and making it so and so here's corroder, here's medium,
Yep.
and then
We start the R&D.
Yeah, and this is actually perfect, right? I am net zero going into R&D because Data Sucker, Corroder, Desperado, and then Wizard's ability just makes your R&D fall. And so then I go in for a second look.
This is your last click?
This is my last click, yeah. Install, run. So, there's another Biotic, and there's the Enigma. So that's not good, because now I know you got another Biotic.
Right.
You're low on money, so I have some more time, but...
Now, here was actually my question. You mentioned I'm low on money. I can't tell if I had... No, I just added one credit from Pad.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell, or I can't tell if I had 3 or 4 credits. Because if I had... Looks like I had 3, which means you're fairly safe from any kind of snares or any kind of something that's super damaging. If I had that 1 extra credit, does that change your game plan though?
Probably not. I think I'm running 3 of I've had worse, and I haven't played any yet in this game. But I've also, I mean, this is in this situation, you're 12 influence, and you got at least 2 biotics. You have some ice, so I think I know what all your influence is at this point. So, and then here is the dig. I get my second agenda. I'm going in for another look, and I'm still losing nothing going in here. Right. You end up positive a credit. And yeah, here I'm just explaining the math here, but you end up positive a click, but I'm just digging like crazy, and so I've seen the Enigma. That's why I dropped the Yogg preemptively. You end up with a pop-up window, but oh man, and 2.
Yeah, gating that hurt. I can't recall if I purge now or if I purge 1 turn later. I know the purge is coming soon.
Yeah,
I may actually, if that's the Astro down there, maybe I might score that. We'll see. Oh, I thought that was your last click. Apparently not.
No, it looks like actually you just took 3 credits here. So you were at 4, and now you're at 8, I think. And I am just trying to decide whether to trash a sand, and which I decide not to. So, oh, maybe that was just last click.
I think that those credits are from repeated running.
Yes, actually, no, you're right. I just that was my. Yeah, that was just my last click.
And here I think I'm starting to agonize. Like, oh gosh, those medium counters are bad. I know I've got some things that can stop Yogg, but they sure aren't code gates.
Yep.
And between actually, I know what I have that can stop Recruiter and Yogg, and it's the I think it's just the roto turret. So I'm trying to figure out if I should dig for that. I know that you know what I've got coming up. I want to say that I've got a 1-pointer on board right now. I think it's breaking news.
Yeah. So are you actually, at this point, are you regretting having that Eli be where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is solely with the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah. So
I actually thought that you would storm the beaches on that one, go in there and grab the pad. And
then you could use it.
Exactly. But the pad is paying off such dividends. Yeah, okay, so I just purged.
Yeah, you purged, and so now I want to see the scoring server. So I think I'm guessing this top one is Enigma because
I think it's it's either the
that's the Enigma, and then I think the next one is the Roto turret. That
so you just blow past this then.
Yeah, I think you choose not to res it because no point.
Well, yeah. And
then so here's the Roto turret, and this is kind of a misplay by me. I have the pieces to grab my Mimic out of the garbage in my hand, and I just choose not to. I'm not expecting the Roto turret, obviously, because I didn't see it. So, and that sets me back, and I think that's where that gets you back in this game for sure.
Oh, absolutely. That was. I'm pretty sure that's a breaking news back there.
Yeah.
The Roto was just there. I want to say that I played it because I saw the Yogg, but I think that was just like, oh, this is my scoring server. I'm going to drop my Roto here.
Yeah.
I kind of actually wish that I had put that in front of R&D, but again, I think that's with the benefit of hindsight. Yeah. I do have another Roto somewhere in the deck. I think I've got 2 Biotics and 2 Rotos and
2 Elis.
2 Elis, and
that makes sense.
I think that's the influence loadout.
Cool.
And a lot of times that catches people off guard. This is quite close to being just core set NBN, but with like maybe 1 or 2 things that aren't. It still catches people off guard. No one expects the Roto in a NBN rush deck.
Yeah, and so this piece, I'm expecting this piece to be Enigma because I've seen most of your cards. So at this point, my track is I need to get my Yogg and my Mimic back on the table. Mm-hmm. So
well, you haven't played your Mimic yet, correct?
I got one in the garbage because I injected it earlier. So
gotcha.
Yep. So kind of just probably drawing for either clone chips or spending that deja vu.
I think I must have a power play of sorts in my hand for basically where I can install and score through some combination of cards in a new remote. Otherwise, I can't quite figure out, or maybe I'm waiting for it. I don't know. I can't recall what my thinking was at this point. I knew that kind of puzzled me a little bit, actually.
So this is, I'm just going to abandon your scoring server, and because I've seen all your cards, I'm pretty confident you're not going to be able to protect this if I ice.
Okay, I guess, but for me, I as soon as I saw that, I kind of like went like, whew, thank goodness he didn't save that for a roto.
Yeah.
So you think that there was no value on placing another roto turret there?
Yeah, I think that, because of this, because you're fast advance,
Sure.
I'm gonna basically turn your tempo swing of roto turret against you by never letting you use it again.
That's fair. Let me ask you this then: did you not think? Did you have another parasite in hand or something that can? Do you have a way to dig parasites?
I have deja vu, so
okay.
I can go pick them back up.
Because I didn't even mean to indicate that roto turret there. If I had pulled another and dropped that, say, in front of that pad campaign that you're looking at in front of R&D, I don't think that is a roto turret. In fact, I'm sure that it's not.
Yeah.
But if it had been, I would have, and I were you, I would have definitely wanted to put the parasite there.
Yeah, I think...
although I actually haven't seen a clone ship yet.
Yeah, I have 2 clone ships in the deck, and I have 3 of Deja Vu. So
right. How'd the film critic end up in the trash? Was that inject?
I just dropped it. I didn't know I was going to need it because I'd seen almost all your influence at this point. So.
Yep. Unless I'm doing a one of Biotic or something kind of weird.
Yes, like Psycho or mid-season Psycho is kind of a threat, but you never end up having enough money for that to be a problem. So. I think for a majority of this game, I actually have more money than you because of the Desperado. Mm-hmm. So, and that's kind of the plan with this is that my defense is I've had worse and more money. So.
Yep. So I think at this point the score is 3-4 in your favor.
Yep.
And you clone ship the Yogg.
So yeah, this is the clone ship for the Yogg, and then let's go see what's in R&D.
Yep. And I think at this point we're just for the next. I think there's only a few turns left in this game. I think we're just racing. I think there's one turn where I go deep into the tank trying to figure out what my best path to victory is. And
so right there I just poke HQ to get a data sucker token and a credit off of Desperado with my Yogg, and then so now I'm ready to go R&D because I have what I need to break the
static.
The wall static, yeah. So it looks like I just gained a credit for some reason. So that was a misplay. I can run archives for the credit and the data sucker token, but little misplay there. I think I didn't want to face check anything.
Gotcha.
On last click. Last click run is kind of scary sometimes.
I think this might be the turn where so at this point I know that I can't keep you out of R&D. I think that what I have, I want to say I dropped another code gate in front of R&D prior to you clone shipping the Yogg.
Yep.
Once I saw you brought the Yogg back out, that was just complete dead weight. I think I've got a second pop-up window in front of R&D.
Yeah.
At this point, I think I'm just fishing for a combination that can get me to 5 points immediately, and then the game after, and basically make you have to run HQ. I don't think I have it. I think I can get to 6 points with what I've got in hand right now. I could be wrong, but
so you got a breaking news there. Looks like on the side.
It's taking me as long as it is because I'm trying to figure out if I can bluff you away from R&D. And let me ask you: is there anything I could have done to keep you out of R&D at this point?
No, I think I'm on the track that I've seen. I think like just recently have you gotten through the cards that I had looked at, which is why I think you ended up putting a sand down there behind the roto turret. But
I actually don't think that's the sand right now.
Oh, is that the Beal?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm thinking that my thinking is hampered by the fact that you end up drawing in between R&D locks. You end up actually drawing all your agendas.
The purge was actually, I think, could not have come at a better moment because not because of fortuitous play on my part, but just the way that my R&D was stacked.
Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, no, I don't care what you got over there. I'm just gonna go take it.
So I think my plan at this point is like I know that there's nothing I can do. I might as well try and gain as much as possible to thanks for reminding me that, by the way.
Yeah.
Champ.
So this is me being really cocky. I'm like, oh no, that's an enigma. Don't res that. So now here I think I just burned the wall static.
Actually,
down.
I think you forgot a parasite token.
Yeah, no, I had forgotten a parasite token. I had one on data sucker, so
Gotcha.
I just burned it down
Gotcha.
and save myself some money. And so now at this point I'm making money off
Right,
R&D runs, which is pretty bad for you.
So that was click. This is you're doing a second run. Click 2.
This is this is click 2, giving you 2 money, which it hurts, but I figure I got it on lock. So and there's 0.5 for me, and so I need the second Beal or the third Astro.
I can't remember. I swear I saw an Astro in my hand at some point, but maybe not.
And then this is where it gets grim. So I'm like, I've used my credits, and I'm like, well, that's 3 cards, so you can't draw through that really.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna get a card and see if I can find a parasite. I'm basically just looking for parasites at this point, so I can get rid of pop-up windows and make it easier on myself. Because actually, I've given you a lot of money, and then this gives you an opportunity here.
Yes.
So.
And that was why I put both pop-up windows in
Yeah.
front of R&D, is because there's nothing else I can do unless I pull a roto and you don't have a parasite.
Yeah.
The only thing I can do is try and get something out of having you go into repeated access into R&D.
Yeah, and that's probably the correct play here, because maybe I should have killed the pop-up window with parasite instead of wall static, but.
Well, what did wall even cost you to get through?
Nothing.
Yeah. But again, benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
So I'm mathing out my clicks and my credits at this point.
Yeah. So whenever I see you in particular actually putting all these cards on, I'm like, oh man, he's gonna like do something crazy.
Yeah, this is the counting on your fingers variant of Netrunner, where I have to think about, all right, well, 1 + 1 gets me to 2.
Yeah, I figure you're on Sand down here. It turns
Yeah.
out you're on an agenda down here, but it half of one,
Yes,
6 of one, half
exactly.
done the other. So.
Yep. Oh, there's the finger math. That's the pokes in the leg. Help
2.
me.
Yeah, I think you're counting biotic
So,
clicks.
in my defense,
Yeah.
I was actually not just counting the clicks for this turn. I was counting the clicks for the next turn as well.
Right.
Because I knew that I had to score, and I couldn't stop you from getting an R&D. Like, I can purge, and like, what does that get me? I need to score this turn, and then make sure that even if you trash the Sand or something, I can get to 7. Like, I know, I know that there is no way I'm going to have more than 2 turns.
That's definitely the correct play. I think you're just hoping that your third Beal is on the bottom of the deck, basically.
Yeah. So there's the Sand. I don't even put it face down. I just be like, hey, I'm playing this card face up. Guess what?
So now I'm like, oh man, was there an agenda down there? Yeah. So this is so you advance 1, Astro the Beal, and then you install advance the breaking news you had in your hand.
Yes. Which gets me to 6, and then I have a heal lands in my hand as well.
Yeah, and so I'm helping you with biotic math because you spend a click to play it and then gain 2.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So there's the. Oh, so it was breaking news on the deck.
Yep.
And then
I don't know what that is.
one advancement does not go on it. And then here's.
But if I wish hard enough.
And so you're like, oh, is 2 clicks enough? Install.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then with your last credit, advance. Astro score.
Well, and that was the thing, is that I was hoping that you're like, well, he's broke. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't run R&D. Maybe I run his hand. Because truly, the only thing that you can give me 1 credit. Is that true? Yeah, you can give me 1 credit, and I can't score the.
So here I inject for parasites basically.
Yep.
So that I don't give you money.
Right.
And I fail, so I'm like, well, let's go look at. I think I end up looking at like 10 cards or something because
something absurd. Yeah, no,
because I can trash stuff and.
So here, the math I was doing was this. I was doing a few different finger countings. I was trying to figure out what the agenda saturation was left in R&D. I was trying to make darn sure that whatever I pull or whatever I have in hand, I can score with regardless of circumstance. Like I was planning on a number of contingencies, including you not giving me credits for the pop-up windows.
And so this is this is click 3.
Yeah, this is
5.
I also needed luck.
Yeah, and then there's card 4. So I end up getting the third.
Good game. Well, quick recap. Was there anything that you would have done differently? Anything you think I should have done differently?
I think I honestly think the pad campaign didn't need as much protection. I think a pop-up window on a pad is good.
Sure.
And a wall of stack on a pad is good.
Right. Playing Whizzard, I was hoping you'd chase it though.
Yeah, for sure. And it's probably a good choice. It's hard to say it's obviously I gave up on it.
Yeah.
So
token misplays aside, like minor stuff, I think it was actually a good game from both our.
Yeah.
ourselves.
You definitely have me on edge because of the biotics, and I knew you had agendas and just kept hitting that biotic in your hand. I think I ended up going into your hand a couple times and hitting that biotic more times. So
well, great game, and thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
Yep, thanks.